Ohtani now has 22 home runs. Judge has 21. Seattle's Cal Raleigh has 23. Shout out to Cal in Seattle.
Yeah, shout out.
All flying out.
Enjoy those leads while you have them, fellas, because Jack is coming.
We're doing that at the end of Weird and Wonderful.
He
Royals prospect is not going to be as good as Aaron Judge.
Oh, really?
And
Because a Royals prospect's better than Aaron Judge already. His name's Bobby Witt Jr. He's just a pro now.
Really?
Better than Aaron Judge?
In what category is better? Ground balls received? I think Aaron Judge leads.
Aaron Judge having a better year. He's having a better. Aaron Judge having
21
a good year.
dingers.
He's having a good year.
Yeah. How about last year?
Last year, Bobby Witt was better.
He was? Who won the MVP and who was in the World Series?
I mean, big, East Coast bias.
What?
Bobby Witt was second MVP. If you put him in New York, he wins it.
What's a nice young player?
He's good. I feel bad that we have
ESPN called him second best player in the league behind the boat. So what do they know?
All right,
We're
weird.
going to take shots at ESPN.
Guardians, Angels, heavenly matchup. Tough break for Gabriel Arias. Ball went right through the webbing of his glove.
I can't blame him. I can't blame him at all.
That's fair, I think.
Not mad at him.
If that happened to me, though, I would, you know what I would say? I would take responsibility. I got to check my glove.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what their protocol is for gloves, but unless every player is responsible for his own webbing.
Do you know now when you go to, remember when you got a glove in the olden days?
Yeah, you'd take it in.
You know now there's a whole part of Dick's Sporting Goods dedicated to stuff to break your glove.
To break.
A whole little area. Here's a mallet, here's some oil, here's something else, here's a little stick to smash your glove.
Have you ever put pen to paper on how many thousands of dollars you're out due to your son's little league habit?
No.
From travel, hotel, the bats.
Does he use a torpedo
It's
bat?
both of them.
No.
It's both his boys.
No, we have to buy another bat.
No,
we need another bat.
You think a torpedo bat's good enough for these kids? No, they have
We
missiles.
get another bat. Weird A's, Blue Jays. George Springer on third, happily jumping. Initially called safe, but out on the jump. Blue Jays sweep the A's. They're 5 games behind the Yankees. Why jump?
Yeah, why are you jumping?
You just don't like enthusiasm?
No, he's just saying don't
No,
get out.
not in that case.
No, just go like this. Yes. Or just give a high five. Too much enthusiasm.
It's like, what?
1 minute left in Indy. Wonderful. Halliburton. Long
This
three.
was nice. Admit it. I mean, what is that? That's
I didn't admit it. We're all
admit
right.
it.
great shoot.
You were like, it was a bad shot.
No, I wasn't.
You sound like, who is that? Was it
Paul George.
But
It
he's
was
not
Paul
the
George
MVP.
about
Come on.
Dame.
Who would you have voted for?
Who would I have voted for?
Eastern Conference.
Halliburton.
Okay.
If it's close, it should go to the best player.
Superstar?
Yeah, because he has the most responsibility. If it's, you know what I mean? If it's close. I'm not saying they have to always win it, but this was close.
Siakam's like, I didn't have an 8-point game.
No, that's true.
Final wonderful show. News from Kansas City, actually Omaha. Jack Caglione headed to the Royals. He is the #1 prospect in the market.
Oh, yeah. 13 home runs in 15 games in Omaha. Jeffrey Allen Caglione, or if you're Italian like me, you can call him Caglione, about to come to save the day for the Royals. Jack is an acronym for his 3
I didn't know
initials.
that.
Jeffrey Allen Caglione is his name. We call him Jack.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's doing the double last name?
Well,
But it'd be
yes.
like me calling myself like KW Wild.
Exactly right. That's right. But he just goes by Jack, and now Bobby Witt's got some protection in the order, and now, oh my goodness, everyone's like, oh, you called him up 2 weeks early. Now arbitration and Super 2, bunch of nonsense. None of it's gonna matter.
How old
the
is
Royals
he?
are playing in October again. Hey, man, old enough to mash. Tell you that
He
much.
is an exciting player.
He's awesome.
One of my guys.
He was in this year's draft, 6th pick.
Okay.
One of your guys.
Yeah.
The hell are you talking about?
I like a lot of the minor league baseball players, like Marcelo Mayer I have, we have Roman Anthony.
That's great.
When you talk about the Red Sox
Way to go,
prospects,
Wilds. You were ready for that.
we have so many Red Sox prospects, he would always be on the list. I'm like, oh, these are my guys.
Good job.
I was like a Paul Skeens guy too.
Okay, that's
at
fine.
LSU.
You can have schemes. That's
Good
fine.
job.
I have him and Bobby.
I was impressed.
Can't wait.
That's weird and wonderful.
Thanks for putting in
Minor
the show.
league knowledge.
National pastimes. Giannis to New York, maybe. Friend of the show, Tom Habistro, writing on Yahoo Sports, convincing the 2-time MVP that the Knicks are the go-to destination for him is the only way a trade gets done. So that's why we didn't do any trade machines. Because Antetokounmpo certainly won't be traded to the Knicks because they have the best trade offer. Here's the pitch. Is there a clearer path to the finals than on a Knicks team with Brunson? Should Giannis force his way to New York? It's a good argument from Tom.
Honestly, he should try. Like, the best place for Giannis to stay is the East.
No.
I mean, like, the West
Absolutely.
is a bunch of maulers out there. Like, those teams are sweet, and they're just getting better. Houston's going to be better. San Antonio's going to be better. OKC's going to be better.
Cooper Flag's there now.
Yeah,
He's
it's
going to be
just,
great.
it's just the West is crazy. That said, if I'm the Bucks, I'm sorry. Giannis, we are willing to work with you on a trade. But we have got to do what is best for us. And bringing Karl Anthony Towns and whatever else we get and making us a mediocre team is worse for us. We're not winning the East with Cat and whatever else they get. If I'm the Bucks, we need young players, preferably a young star. I'm giving up Giannis. A young star, couple young players, and a bunch of picks. That's what I want if I'm the Bucks. And so I don't care to me, if I'm John Horst, their GM, Giannis can't force his way to New York. Because they're not going to be able to they get a 3 or 4 team deal where I'm getting what I want, sure. But no, if I'm the Bucks, there's no way I'm playing ball on that.
I mean, what Tom wrote is correct. That the Knicks aren't going to be able to make the best package. If it's open bidding,
right.
The Knicks can't make the best package, just like the Warriors can't make the best package. Whenever people talk about Giannis the Warriors, it would have to be a similar thing where he's like, that's the only place I want to go.
Because remember, Nick, he's got 3 years left on his deal, 2 in a player option.
Yeah, so really 2 years left on his deal.
I don't have to move you.
But here's the caveat that I don't know the answer to. But I do think it is certainly on the board of possibilities that when they were trying to get Giannis to sign this last extension, that part of that was, hey, give us the security that you like to say to the marketplace, you're here, so we can go out and either in free agency or trades, whatever, that everyone knows they're coming to play with Giannis. And if it doesn't work out, we will, not only work with you, but you can give us a list of places you want to go to, and we'll make sure you go to one of those. We've seen that happen, where guys, it is an understanding, I'll sign the extension, but you will understand that if it doesn't work out, you're not going to hold the fact that I signed the extension against me to where I have no say in where I go. Mm-hmm. And so if that's the case, then he could say the Knicks are where I want to go.
But if he gets, a list of teams, it's got to be mutual. Giannis, the team has some say too. We paid you all this money.
Yep.
You've been great for us, certainly, but we haven't, gotten but that one championship. And it just has to be good for both of us. I can't just make it great for you and then we get crushed.
But I guess my point is, what if it's a list of teams? What if it is a list of teams? And the list of teams he gives them are like, okay, Knicks, Warriors, Lakers. Those are the 3 teams I'd like to go to. The Lakers can't make the trade. The Warriors, however meager you think a cat package is, it's not you, but the generic you. It's better than what the Warriors have to offer. You know what I mean? Like the teams that can offer the bounty of stuff are teams, maybe he wants to go to Houston, but aside from that, it's not a lot of great options.
Houston or San Antonio. That's what it looks like to me. Like, if I would say to Giannis, and if your scenario happened, and honestly, I don't think
it's a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would be like, you have to come to us in good faith. You can't just throw out 3 teams that can give us nothing in return. Mm-hmm. I just know. Look, teams have done that, but usually, Nick, when a team gets, forced to trade a player a certain place, that player is about to enter free. He's got a year left on his deal. Yeah. He can leave you high and dry with nothing in return in short order. Giannis can't do that.
Just quickly, did you see this, Toronto chatter?
Yeah, I did.
That it was just, I assume it's just a Masai thing.
Well, Masai is going to try his best, as he should.
Trying to rebuild. The Toronto, I like the idea that they were hot, kind of went underground, and then all of a sudden tried to pop up.
That's an incredibly international city.
Yeah.
And they have a great history of that. That wouldn't shock me.
I know.
But my problem, if I'm Giannis, why is that? That's a lot of faith in Masai. that he's going to be able to build a contender after all the stuff you got to trade for me. Like, Brandon Ingram doesn't excite me if I'm Giannis. He's probably in the trade.
That's why if I'm Giannis, I like, San Antonio, of course, but Houston would be like, he steps in there, they're an immediate contender. I get it. It's the West. It's tougher.
It's so much tougher. If I'm Giannis, like, I don't have to, but a top priority, if I'm leaving Milwaukee because I want to win a championship, you might be able to convince me you have a better chance of winning it in Milwaukee next year than any team in the West outside of, Oklahoma City. It's just such a gauntlet. And the East next year is so wide open.
I know. I think we are, everything we've seen from Giannis.
Atlanta?
With Thanasis and just, he's such a family guy. I think the cold, hard, looking at the positions, I think there's going to be a real emotional element of what's best for his family.
Has anyone seen my other flip-flop?